Ooh, this place is pretty. All right, so what oh, okay, she's about to tell us. Unclaimed sector. Historic data tells us this sector is mostly unexplored by major civilizations, although it is officially owned by the Insectoid Alliance. Additionally, the famously benevolent UA have been sighted numerous times in this area. Let's explore the system before moving on. What can you tell me about the Insectoid Alliance? The Insectoid Alliance is a huge multi-species faction created against an ancient enemy. The only problem with the Alliance is its official support for nearly all traditions and religions, including the not-so-nice ones. For example, those that involve eating sentience. Alright. Alright, got it. We've got at least a few contacts here. I'm gonna go to the rocky planet first, then I'll go to this large metal object. Although there is a planet with atmosphere. So there's nothing interesting there. Okay, it seems to be a wreck of a small space station. No active systems detected. Okay, we'll send this crew. Firepod found. This used to be a science base. Last data records show unknown attackers destroying the base with projectile weapons. We found one survivor in a cryopod, and they decided to join our mission after a private conversation with our AI. We have too many mouths to feed as is. Okay, let's take a look at this crew member. Elia Moore. Law enforcement specialist, well versed in using hand weapons. Very good for security. Couple of places we could use them, but for right now, go ahead and put you in there. I guess we hadn't saved Craig being in the cooler, but we now have that person in the cooler. So food is a real problem for our crew. We are not producing enough food, and we do not have a lot of organics on hand. So more than likely, I'm going to have to get rid of some crew members, which I really don't want to have to do, especially their named crew members. But it is a matter of survival. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at star map. Actually, no, we have to level up people. Looks like we get this every time we go into a new sector, perhaps. All right, Dave, you're one of our best bridge people, so continue to be good at that. You know, if I level up the food production enough and the 2 crew members that work there, that might actually help us a lot. So let's actually focus on them real quick. Panda Cavalry. I would like to put a point in there. And then, as much as Bajira is not really very good at a lot of things, very good in the one thing that matters the most, food production. Alright. My own character. I stay on the bridge. I figure we continue to put a point there. I am the captain after all. Morkani's on sensors. I'd like to continue to have good sensors because that seems to be very key to survival. Moving on. Trig is our best gunner and will continue to be our best gunner. Continue to boost shields here, as that's going to be your main job, especially as we have another security personnel now. His skin has definitely changed. I don't know what the deal with that is. Percy, again, going to go up with the gun skill. And then Iggy is our last one, who's also going to go up in the gunnery skill. Okie dokie. So we're not hemorrhaging as bad in the food regards. Let's go to this planet with atmosphere. Maybe we can pick up some food. This planet bears visible markings of crude biomass harvesting. Crude biomass harvesting. It seems to be ecological balance shifted so quickly that the result was a planet-wide ice age. Some of our crew wanted a closer look on the planet's surface and landed. Clumps of fossilized giant trees speck the landscape. This planet used to be covered with immense forests, and now looks like a beautiful forest graveyard. Some seeds and microscopic organisms will survive the Ice Age, and one day this land will spring to life again. Alright. Desert planet. No sandworms, please! This planet seems extremely ordinary, and there's nothing particularly interesting. Low chance of low valuable minerals, possibly. We'll still explore it. An atmospheric survey reveals the entire planet as an endless desert. There's some mineral seams under the polar caps, but it's likely they contain only low-grade metal ore. The crew suggests this would be a good place to have a wild recreational party under the stars. You know what we probably could do with some morale, even though I don't think there is morale in this game. Have a party, my friends. The crew enjoyed themselves until the early hours of the morning, experimenting with combinations of various recreational substances and neural sex. So one moment we're looking at porn, the next moment we're having freaky sex. This crew is very interesting. Everybody reported max satisfaction levels the next day, so we lose a little bit of resources, unfortunately, organics being one of them, but we got a fate point. So it's all good in the end. Alright. We do have an exit marked, which is good. We've got multiple fleets. We know there's insectoid types here that like to eat people. So, possibly dangerous. No information here. Let's take a look on our map here. So, one place over here, there's a fleet. Looks like it's friendly, and there's a space station. So, probably want to visit there. And then two friendly places. Spineless technology. Okay, then. Oh, insects are spineless, right? Because they've got an exoskeleton, right? Okay. Well, I don't see a reason why not to go to both places. Now, there is a chance that there is a hostile fleet with these friendly ones. Had a little bit of a dip there in bitrate. Hopefully it didn't stutter too much for you guys. We just have to consider our fuel, obviously. Neither one of these locations really gets us anywhere, either. Maybe we jump here and then drive here so we don't have to jump twice. I'll give it a try. What did I tell you? We detect two ships, one large and one small, rapidly approaching tactical weapons range. They broadcast the constant mantra, "Wisdom of the past is the best wisdom!" Uh-oh, we got fanatics on our hand. Guardians of Tradition. Alien vessel. This area carries the old traditions of very holy injustice. In this place, thousands of individuals have been unfair against each other for centuries. Almost always the strong against the weak, of course. We must honor this old tradition. You must contribute to our tradition respecting ceremony or suffer an attack by our guardian fleet. So we participate in the waste ritual, needlessly burning 77 fuel. Participate in the sacrifice ritual. Ask the crew to self-inflict 11 non-lethal wounds. Owie. That's actually the thing that we can recover the most from, as long as they don't kill each other. Alright, we'll do that one. You have participated appropriately, and thus respected our tradition of very holy injustice. This was only the light version, by the way. Go in peace now, traveler. Alright. At least they were quasi-benign. Okay, it's time to get our medical bay out of storage. So, defrost. Medical bay. Okay. Everybody's injured. Get in there. Oh, it looks like one of our bots took an injury. It's just one of our firefighting ones. I have to see how bad the bots are injured. That costs a lot of resources to repair them, is the thing I'm not really sure about. Alright, let's take a look at the rest of our crew. Morkani. You get over there. Sure. Alright. Let's get back to our peace conditions. Which may not be saved properly. So we turn that off. Alright. I guess we should repair the drones. So, drones that are damaged. And then one of our firefighting drones. Alright. Cryo sleep. Install. Load. Okay. You didn't go in the freezer, but... Who's all in the freezer? Okay. And then our power is not set up again. Okay. Now that we have all that in place... Oh, I didn't level up the cat. Cat. Take that. Okay. Let us save this setting. Okie dokie. What is this? Oh, you're in orbit there. Okay. We'll go check it out. This guy shouldn't continue to be hostile. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. This gas giant does not contain fuel elements, but the asteroid belt around it seems to have a good mineral profile. Mining from the asteroid belt is somewhat risky because we could get hit with a fast-moving asteroid. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. Mine. We managed to mine only a few minerals before encountering local warp life. Space jellyfish had made its home inside the gas giant's asteroid. It attacked with deadly warp rays, but left us alone when we retreated. We took a lot of damage here. Looks like we gotta pull back out. The we did get a fate point though, so that is somewhat good. Gotta pull back out the medical thing. Alright. Defrost. This is somewhat, like, annoying to do, but, like, it's really the only way we can do things with the way that the ship is. One of our drones is the one that took the hit. It's only one hit point a piece. I'm not even going to worry about that damage now. Let's go ahead and just load our profile. They can handle it. This guy's still got 13 imports, and this guy's got 23. I don't want to waste the synthetics to repair them again. Alrighty. Let's go back on the star map. Alright, I say we go this way. Being mindful of... Okay, here comes the trader. We got an organics trader. Insectoid community representative. Honorable fellow consciousness, are you interested in trading carbon organics? Our hive has the finest honey gardens, and the rainbow honey we produce is said to have mind-enhancing properties. We actually really need organics, so this is actually really, really good. Yeah, the organics is much needed. Thank you for your good trade. Please accept this small gift as an additional token of our gratitude. The gift is a container filled with blood of small animals, infused with recreational substances commonly used by insectoids. A truly unique piece of art, though barbaric. Oh, we got extra food out of the deal. That's good. This asteroid field has a good mineral profile. There's a minor risk of getting hit by some of the fat... We'll go ahead. Please, no more accidents. Or warp life. A warp worm has made a home in the asteroid cloud and happily ambushed us during the operation. It swallowed a number of miner bots and also took a relatively small bite out of our mothership. Relatively small, we took 4 hit points. It must be huge. We expended a fair bit of resources trying to kill it, but it escaped deeper into the asteroid cloud without receiving significant damage. All right, so this is like really, really starting to hurt. We do have metal objects over here. We discovered debris cloud of unknown origin. We can scavenge some of the metal, and there might be something else useful amidst the broken pieces. Sir, scavenge. Uh-oh. Dormant capital missile. Within debris was a capital missile that was launched ages ago, but never found its target, staying in standby mode. It somehow identified us as a threat and attacked before we could neutralize it. So we just took a nuke to the face. I really should have turned the repairs off. Oh well. Because this might give us repairs right here. Indeed it will. Okay. We're really low on money. Let's see what they got. ECM emitter. Light laser. 5 seconds. Let's compare it to this. So, much less power, much quicker to charge, much more accurate. Seems like it has the same damage area. Although, the damage to modules is smaller. Although it does do crew damage, which our current lasers do not. Okay. Let's keep looking here. Metals container. Multi-container. Improvised laser, so this is probably going to be not so great. It's only slightly worse than this one, though. Mining laser 2 degraded. Like, this is the one thing that I struggle with. Knowing what is the better thing, right? Because to me, this is faster to recharge, so it almost fires twice as fast. But it does technically hit a smaller radius. So does the recharge time overcome that, then? Maybe. It is fairly cheap, and it doesn't require a lot of power. So I'm actually tempted to pick it up. If you can fire 2 lasers in almost the same amount of time it takes us to fire 1, I think that's pretty good. We just have to worry about the fact that it doesn't hit as much of an area, but it seemingly does. It's like half the damage. But it fires twice as often. And it takes half the power. So I don't know. It might just be like a side grade. Alright. Well, we don't have enough money to buy it anyway. Let's go into our cargo and see about selling some things. So we've got 2 of these things. I say we scrap it. Okay. I feel like we might even have to get more aggressive on our scrapping here. Like, it would suck if we didn't have a warp engine. But I kind of really need the resources, so... Alright, now we've done that. I'm going to sell some of the exotics. No, not that many. Let's go with that. So we could buy that object if we wanted to, but we also have to consider how down on resources we are. But, like, the reason why I'd want to pick it up is we would be able to use the ECM, which would give us more evasion than we normally would have, which is at 50%. Now, I know it's not a big upgrade, like if we look at the ECM, it's only an upgrade of 2%. It gives us a little bit more hit points to work with as well, as this doesn't give us really anything. So that would be a kind of advantage to be able to run this thing, right? I feel like it's a good idea, so I am going to take it. I feel like we're really down, like weapons-wise, and we need to upgrade. Otherwise, we're going to get wrecked in combat, and we don't know when we're going to have that. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And then we're going to replace one of our lasers. Let's say this one. So that should give us more power to work with, which should mean that we can turn on more things. In this case, it's going to be turning on this laser, I guess. As a matter of fact, it looks like we can run all of our ship systems now by changing that one thing. I don't have a single ship system that's not on right now. Wait, what happened there? Was this here before? Industrial laser level 2, which is what we have, right? Yeah. So we could buy another one of those, but I mean, as you can see, the power costs are really high. All right, what else do we not look at? We got the cannon here. We really don't have the explosives to run something like that. And this I don't think is worth it. Okay. Let's see if we can buy and sell some more stuff. At the moment, I'm kind of tempted to just buy organics. It's like one of the things that we really, really need. We probably should get rid of a crew member, but I don't think we can do that on this station. Yeah, this is one of those stations that doesn't allow us to give them crew members because they don't sell crew either. So all right, let me see about scrapping some more things. We could do this and then sell the excess synthetics. Okay. Synthetics. We're down to like 350 or so. And then I want to buy organics. Let's buy that much. Then let's spend the rest of our currency. Oh, never mind. Apparently we're out of currency. Oh no, we still have a little bit more. I misread that. There. We bought 16 fuel. An amazing amount, I know. Alright, let's leave. Okay, so we've been everywhere in this sector, right? Okay. Let's go... move on. Oh, we were going to drive to our next location, so... Okay. Got a Gichanki Trader. Existential Marinius to you. Fellow consciousness, let us trade for mutual profits. Our prices can even compete with the big Star Fuel Corporation, so consider my offer carefully. No refunds, by the way. I'll be leaving after we get this done. We don't have any money, so we gotta sell. Please accept a small gift as an additional token of our gratitude. The traders have included a container full of low-quality recreational consumables to their package. A little bit of synthetics, okay. Got another trader coming in, metal trader. Very existence to you, fellow distributed consciousness system. Want some metal? We're also paying top prices for exotics. Again, we have the exotics to burn, so we need credits. So I'm more than happy to do it. We appreciate your efficient and accurate trading behavior. Please accept a small gift as an additional token of our gratitude. The traders have gifted us a barrel of local psychoactive brew called Thermobrainer. It's meant for cyborgs only and can be burned as star fuel. Okay, we're gonna go to spineless technology. Okie dokie. So if we buy this, we could stick more people on cryo sleep, which would actually maybe turn around some of our food situation. So probably a good idea. We got a cannon. We got a double laser. Very fast firing. But lower damage output and lower accuracy, so maybe not worth it. And a mega laser. Very slow firing, but seemingly high damage output, at least if I'm reading that correctly. This energy reactor is powerful, but quite fragile despite high fire resistance, so it doesn't have a lot of hit points. And then a point defense. Okay. We do have crew members here. We really don't need the crew members, though. As a matter of fact, we need to leave a crew member behind. So this is going to be where we draw lots. I can rename a crew member, I guess. So if I get rid of one of the ones that's named, I think I'll just rename them somewhere. So we really need Bajera. Oh, Ursi picked up an injury somewhere. All right, we'll try and remember to heal him. Dave, we want to keep around to run our bridge. I think Elia Moore is going to be our odd man out. Not really particularly good at a lot of things. Good at shipboard combat, but that's just not really a high priority for our crew. And that alone should make us not have a problem anymore. And then we put somebody that's not cryosleep in cryosleep. So... oh. Apparently I didn't move him far enough. So you're in cryosleep. Probably Trig in cryosleep. As that puts him pretty close to his gun anyway. So... okay. So we're not losing as much food now, which is good. Now, if we can swing enough currency to buy this, we can put yet another person in cryosleep, and then we'd start making positives on the organics. So, we have to sell enough stuff to get it. How much does it buy a sell for? Hello? Okay, there we go. I was just bugging out a little bit. 218. We have 106. We still have a lot of exotics, so that's probably going to be our easiest way. But I'm going to sell some of the synthetics here. I'm going to go down to 300, I think. Or thereabouts. So... 70 credits would put us at 230. Okay. So buy. We gotta defreeze these guys. Alright. So the remainder of our crew, who isn't frozen, who should be frozen. Or you're working with food, you're working food, so it makes sense to keep you around. I guess I'll put Ursi in there because there's a chance he gets healed. Okay. And I guess we can scrap the old one. Organics, fuel, metals, synthetics, and exotics. That almost gets us back to the resources we had. And then I'm going to buy some fuel. Just with the remainder of our credits. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to take a real quick break here to go to the bathroom. So I think, normally speaking, I would be wrapping up a stream here. I'm going to try and go 1 more hour, and then we'll think about wrapping up. So that's a game plan. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let me pop the game back up. Okay, okay. I'm not sure if I saved my crew position, so go ahead and do that. All right. Let's see where we need to go now. Yeah, we haven't really explored any of the planets in the system yet. Let's go ahead and do this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, the gas giant we should do because we need the fuel. We've discovered and contacted a primitive civilization, the Collectors. It's a species of mammals who are in the middle of the industrial age. Their personal freedom in their society is very unequal. They still need to learn a lot. After a private conversation with our AI, the primitives' representatives come to terms of possible trade. They desire advanced synthetics. Synthetics for fuel, actually, to me, is probably much needed. So we'll go ahead with that. After completing the exchange and a bit of testing, it turns out we have been delivered a much lower quality fuel than promised. When we found out the mistake, the locals tell us that their previous representatives were criminals and have already been executed. We are given some kind of poor local food as remuneration. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but all right. The incident has created a large political conflict between the planet's ruling factions. So we got very little fuel, but we did get some organics. All right. Uh-oh. we just no. Soon the squabbling of local factions turns into a military conflict. Within a few days, the local leaders bring out their greatest assets. They start bombing civilian populations ruled by other leaders with nukes. Amidst the chaos, one of their political groups tries to abduct our ambassadors, resulting in a firefight that leaves over 30 of the locals dead. Now, where did we get the food from? Did we chop them? Did we chop up some of the people? All right, so we got a bunch of injuries. Intervention requested. While the conflict rages on, several factions plead with you to intervene and end the war. It seems the conflict is now mainly fought over which of the local leaders has more ethical principles. Oh boy. This is where you start to think. Prime Directive? Question mark? I know that's Star Trek, and there's a lot of arguments on whether the Prime Directive even makes sense, and whether or not the Federation breaks it almost constantly, which indeed they do. But F it. They hurt some of our crew. Military intervention. The warlords unite against us. They managed to use one of the bots stolen from us earlier to sneak an atomic bomb into orbit. And it attacked the mothership. Eventually, we managed to destroy most of the local military structure, and the surviving leaders capitulate, surrendering their nuclear stockpiles. The rebuilding can start, but much of their planet is now a nuclear wasteland. But we got some ammunition out of it and some metals, and we took a little bit of hit point damage, but looks like we're going to repair some of it. Although there is that station nearby, we should probably have not done what we did. Hey, we get an ancient nuke. Old and poorly kept tactical missile that still delivers solid damage. Damages and overloads ship modules, but has low accuracy. Okay, well, it is a nuke, so we will install it. We got a nuke out of it. Yeah, there is a lot of writing in this game. So that is a good question. How much writing did they have involved in this game? It's a lot. It's very impressive. Although, from what I understand, they worked on this game for a number of years. So I don't know exactly how many, but it was an early access for an amount of time too. So I'm going to guess a lot of years of work went into this game, which they've done a very good job. This has been an itch that has been meaning to be scratched for a long time, though. The FTL itch. I don't think anybody has really come up and filled those shoes as successfully as this game has so far. I'm not saying this game's perfect by any means, but it seems like they've come the closest of all I've seen. Now, maybe there's something I haven't heard about, which is worth bearing a look at, but as far as I know, that is true. Okay, we have a bunch of crew members to send in to heal their injuries. It seems like most of the ill effects of that population getting nuked into oblivion is run its course. But isn't that funny how that works? Just a simple trade of resources to a primitive civilization, and what do we get? Alright, let's repair our drones too while we're at it. Okie dokie. That should be everything. So let's just put the cryopods back in place and then load up our presets. Oh, we missed a bot. One of our firefighting bots. Probably not a big priority. And we always have to think of the synthetics. The poor synthetics. Alright. I'm kind of laughing about that. I mean, they have really cool event chains like that too, and oftentimes they come from out of nowhere. Like, you have no idea it's going to happen until it happens, which is nice. It's a nice surprise. Alright, let's go get some fuel. At least, hope. Ah, no. Pause. Okay, whatever that is probably not worth the fight. So... we can either drive here, thus skipping over a couple jumps. Honestly, it's probably more fuel efficient. So, 118. I honestly think that's more fuel efficient. And we can avoid this conflict. Because if I tried to jump, there is a spin-up time. And it's possible we would still get caught. This saturated fuel is modest things, we might get hit. The mineral seams we discovered contain mostly low-grade molybdenum. Okay. Oh. Well, we'll just let this happen. Uh-oh. A large warp worm is speeding towards us. These creatures are known to swallow smaller spacecraft whole and take bites out of bigger ships. We could either retreat or try to kill it. In order to analyze and scavenge its remains. It has no warp shield. We're really low on fuel, so we have to attack the worm, I think. Warp animal used personal warp holes to get into biting range. It ripped off a part of the ship and sizzled back into warp space before we could deal fatal damage. We salvage a piece of its tail. Alright, well, we do get, I guess, some fate points out of that, which somewhat worth it. But the damage is not. That was our first hostile warp life, though, so... The planet's fiery surface regularly creates firestorms which ignite atmospheric gases. The planet is too risky for any operations. Alright, so we're desperately low on fuel. So before we do anything else, let's check our sector map. So there's really only one choice if we want to warp, and that's probably the fastest way to get there. So we have to check NUS to see if it is... Probably missed it. Look at the sector map again. Oh, probably more to the right here. There it is. Seemingly nothing on the radar. Let's check Siri just in case there's like a station or something. So it should be over this way. Just a single planet. Oh, no. Okay, where have we not been? We've been to all these places. That gate might actually be worth going to. The question is, how many resources would it cost us to fly there? Like, way more than we have, probably. Ooh, shoot. I think I was already at the system. Okay. So it only costs us 44 to warp. So it costs us 44 to warp there, another 44 to warp there. All right. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, that's the other place we were at. Okay. So we're over here somewhere. If there is a keybind to jump to your ship, I really need to learn it. Because you can really lose yourself. Wait a second. Oh, okay. That's the place we were already at. So we're over here somewhere. What the hell? Maybe I'm moving too fast. Okay. Kara. Oh, I'm misreading. Okay, Kara's there. So Kara has a station. That's good. Let's go up. This also has a space station. Okay, cool, cool, cool. There we are. All right, let's go ahead and jump here. It looks like if we jump here, then we jump there. There's a station here. So we can maybe get some fuel. If indeed there's nothing in the system, which it looks like that is the case. I mean, there may be something here if we flew around a little bit, but I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to go ahead and warp here. Oh, shit. We could try and outrun whoever this is, but I feel like we need to get to combat preparedness. Okay, we got there. So, first thing first, we need to cut the combat settings. Because we're more than likely going to have a fight here. We may be able to bribe our way past it, but in case we don't. Alright. First things first, repairs. We don't have enough credits. We need 175. Okay. We really need star fuel too, so organics we can get back now, so let's sell that down to, like, I don't know, 200. Exotics I'm willing to sell down to 3, or sell 3. Okay, a little bit of a sneeze. Let's see. Synthetics we're really low on. Metals we're really low on. So that's about... it's not as good as I can do. We gotta sell more. Oh, I didn't confirm it. Okay, repairs. Repair. Okay, I doubt any modules are gonna really help me too much here. Well, Death Ray. Wow, that's fast. 3 seconds? That's really fast. It's also very low energy. Doesn't do a lot of damage, though. Does do good damage against modules. And very good damage against crew. Which makes sense, it's a Death Ray. Death Tail Laser. So slower. Arguably slightly more damage. Like, I'm really not seeing how this is much better than the mining lasers we have, the industrial laser. It's only slightly better in accuracy, and it's slower. But it does seemingly the same amount of damage. So I don't understand how that would be an upgrade for us. Maybe I don't really understand how to, like, read these very well yet. I don't know. Because even this is arguable, right? Like, the main thing you would get is the crew damage. We don't have that yet. But that would be the only benefit. Which I'm not sure how big of a benefit it is. I say we just buy star fuel. As much as we can hold. Or as much as we can buy. Alright. Now we need to look at our crew. Who's not got assignments, and who has assignments that doesn't make sense. These all make sense. You no longer have a job because of the sensors, which we are going to turn off. Cargo. Okay. So what job should you have? All our guns are being manned. Our shields are being manned. As far as I know, you don't need to crew this. So, I guess you're just on repair duties then. And we already know Bajero's not really good at anything either, so repairs. We could also salvage something, like if we're really desperate for fuel. Like, I think one of these at least gave us some fuel. And some other resources, so if we're really, really desperate for it, we can get it. But I figure we're now in combat position. Here we have extra power to throw around if we wanted to. But that's okay. Having extra power, I think, is a good thing. So, yeah, let's just exit and take whatever we're going to get here. A large insectoid ship is rapidly approaching tactical weapons range. Tradition of the Hunt. Alien vessel, you have been selected to participate in the hunter tradition. Since we're obviously more intelligent than you, we are the hunters. And you the hunted. Only appealing to the grace of luck can save you now. Alright, well, at least appeal to the grace of luck, I guess. Because otherwise we have a fight on our hands. Ceremony has revealed to us that you have good luck today. We let you go in peace and send you our most holy berries as spiritual compensation for your troubles. Okay, leave. Alright. Go to our ship. We are now going to switch back, first off. Cargo. So I think we luckily avoid combat there. We're now going to switch everybody to peacetime. First, let's save our wartime. I mean, we don't have the ECM in place, but that's okay. Load. And we have to make sure that this is loaded properly. It seemingly has. Okay. Go back onto the star map. So we have an SOS signal over this way. Let's try and not get hit by asteroids. Alright. Chunky miners, the central crystal of our ship warp drive has broken and we need exotics to make a new one. Can you help us? We will reward you, of course. We don't have 6 exotics. Sorry, we cannot help you at this moment. Alright, sorry guys. Go visit the planet. Strong electromagnetic interference prevents us from scanning the planet from orbit. We cannot see what's on the surface without entering the atmosphere. Okay, we'll explore the planet nonetheless. A skin-like membrane is covering the entire planet. Astonishingly, it seems to be a single giant organism that controls all of the local water ecology. Bubbles of sugary organics are seeping out of it to the surface. We could harvest this stuff. We could also leave this rare ecosystem totally untouched. Okie dokie, what do we got? Research and harvest bubble syrup, -20 fuel. Research and harvest the skin-like organism itself. Okay. Research only. This organism is probably at least pre-sentient. We don't really need any of these things, and fuel burning is actually one of the last things we'd want to do. So just research. We leave this rare planet-wide organism as it is. Taking live samples from the organism proved impossible, as its tissue rapidly disintegrates into toxic goo when separated. Okay, so it's a good thing we didn't do that. But overall, documentation of such a planet-wide organism is very valuable. Okay, we just gained 1 fate point as well. Very good. Alright, before we do anything, let's check. There was a sector down here, right? Has another space station with star fuel. I say we probably go there. Unless the fleets here tell us otherwise, so... You want to find APTA. Enemy fleet. Okay. Friendly fleet. Space metal. So, that's another space station here. I don't know if they'd have fuel. But considering our situation, I'd prefer not to have to fight to get to the exit. And this seemingly is a more friendly area, so at least outwardly it appears to be so. Hello again, skeleton apes. This guy always has lovely terms for us. We have a fine set of destruction systems available, and of course, you should expect us to have the finest prices. No. Alright. Sure. So, you can add modules that allow you to do that. You can scrap stuff. You can harvest from gas giants. We can buy stuff for credits. Yeah. Or activate the SOS signal and hope for a trade ship that sells fuel. As well as fighting and stuff. All things I kind of already knew, but, you know, just in case. Sadly, this does not sell fuel. So we're kind of screwed right now. As a matter of fact, it doesn't sell much of anything. Ah, no. We were doing so well with fuel all game. Now it looks like we may be in trouble here. It's going to cost me too much fuel to go anywhere else. So let's check what's at the exit here. There is 2 space stations. Okay. That's our hopeful way out. Fortunately, we came out too far away. Oh. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to try and get as close to the space station as I can. A lot of our strategy was based off of getting fuel from that one place. We have to save every bit of credits we have. So we're out of fuel. We can't get here. So we have no choice. Fly a little closer. Approaching tanker. A large tanker ship has detected our SOS signal. Open comm channel. Hello, this is Starfuel only tanker. Given our situation, we are willing to sell you... Given your situation, we are willing to sell you some fuel for credit per unit of fuel. If you use some exotics, a fair deal. If you give us some exotics, fair deal. It's your decision. We'll leave immediately once you exit the trade. Alright, we have exotics to spare. Dock to trade. Thank you for not accusing us of extortion. This is actually pretty good prices, too. So, I'm gonna go ahead and buy... Oh, I'm stupid. I could have scrapped stuff for fuel. That was a little bit of an oversight. Oh, well. Let's go ahead and get to this space station anyway. See, that was actually good prices for Starfuel. I'm gonna sell some of our organics. I'm really selling hard here, but I need credits to get fuel. We're like really not in a good place. I'm gonna have to start scrapping things. So, scrap. These things we want to keep around. Anything that I have, like, I have like extra copies of, they just need to go. I just have to risk the fact that we may run out of something. Like, we might lose a reactor or something, but that's kind of the price of doing business, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and sell the metals down to 400. I'm gonna sell none of the synthetics because we're kind of low on that. We have extra exotics now, so sell some of that, and then we'll pick up a bunch of Starfuel here. But before we do that, let's check to make sure there's no modules we really need. No, not really interested. No. No. Okay. There's also a crew member, which we don't want anyway. So, give me some fuel. All the fuel. Okie dokie. We're still really in a bad spot fuel-wise, but it is what it is. Alright. I don't really want to waste fuel, especially as we're right next to the warp gate, but we have to be prepared for combat. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the ship, make our modifications that we need to make. Okay. Load combat settings. Excuse me? You are on repairs, remember that. You are also on repairs. Seemingly they don't remember that information. Because that's the one thing I'm kind of noticing. Alright. Crew set for combat. Let us go to the exit. A single large ship rapidly approaching tactical weapons range. Immense energy concentration detected in the frontal mass. Oh, okay. They don't give us a choice, huh? Alright, what do you got? Okay. So, big guns. They do not have point defense. that I am seeing. Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, from what I'm looking at, first off, they don't have very strong shields. But secondly, they depend very heavily on one power reactor to power their guns. Their guns are 3 apiece. This power reactor could only power 3 of them, and that would require them to turn off their shields. So I say, if they don't have any point defense, which I'm struggling to see, we hit their main power generation dead on. Then we put a lot of our other weapons to fire at that as well. They don't have the strongest shields, so I'm hoping we can get through there and do some damage. I'm going to be willing to hit them with a nuke because, oh shoot. There's 2 ships. It only said 1 ship. This has no guns. It just has point defense. Oh, it does have a huge energy weapon. But otherwise, that is literally the only gun they have. Well, this ship's going to be harder to attack anyway because of all of the point defense with a nuke. So the nuke is still best served over here. We'll take this ship out first. And then we just hope that our strong evasion and other stuff will have us win the day. My bots are not assigned to a job. Okay. Go get him, nuke. Okay, good. So their main power generation is out. So what I need to do, keep hitting them. But with only a couple more weapons, because most of their... Oh, what the F? There's 3 ships. It said 1 ship. It said 1 ship in that description. I'm starting to get confused at what I have fired. Did I not tell you to fire? Okay. We need to get rid of these smaller ships. You don't really have any meaningful guns, although you do have a nuke. Until their shields are down, we need to use that. Okay, so we're just going to use this guy to try and knock him out. Because this guy's pretty weak now. And again, no... Oh, there is point defense. Oh, here come the boarders. It's gonna be up to Ursi. Hopefully you're repairing. Let's put you on repairs for sure. Got a lot of stuff I need to pay attention to right now. I kind of figured they'd go after us pretty hard with boarding parties. They're also sending crew over here probably to help with repairs. It's possible this guy will get killed before he even gets in. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. Yeah, these guys no longer have shields, but they still have their guns up. Let's start trying to hit their subsystems here. I'm gonna switch this back over to this ship until it's dead. Oh, it only has 1 hit point. Never mind. Just put that over there somewhere. Okay. This ship's still hanging strong here. We lost one of our reactors, so that's like, we need that repaired right this second. So people that are on repairs, I know you're really trying to repair the shields, but I would like it very much if you went over here and repaired our reactor, please. Because that's kind of mission critical. Good, 1 down. Thankfully, our weapons are still online. Son of a bitch. We just lost our cryopod and I already scrapped the replacement. So we're screwed! Okay, another one dead. Alright, all weapons. Free shift. It's going to be tough to get this guy in. There's their shield generator. We'll try and aim at that. So no cryopod means we're absolutely screwed. With that being said, is there anything in our cargo container that would be of use to us? Not really, and there's a chance we'd lose whatever we put out there. I mean, we could get a hit point from one of those things, but that is right on our crew. Well, there goes our reactor, which I also didn't keep any extras around. Yeah, the game's punishing me pretty hard for that decision now. Oh, please don't knock out my engine. Alright. We're gonna sit here, though. Alright, hold on. You need to get back on shields, like now. Actually, do we have enough power for shields? We don't. So there's no point in manning the shields if there's no power for it. Remind, you're now on repairs. I don't think we're gonna die as long as we don't lose another one of our power systems. This guy's got very powerful shields, though. Yeah, we're not even hurting his shields. Like, we cannot win this fight. I don't think we can win this. I don't know what to do, too, because we have to get through this warp gate. So if we don't do this fight, what do we do? And we're screwed no matter what. I mean, we've lost too many ship system critical items. Yeah, we just lost one of our weapons. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, we're screwed. We're dead. I could jump away, but there's no way we're coming back from this. This is wrecking me. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to jump away. But to what end? We're gonna run out of fuel. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna try. Or so you can't ram in this game, as far as I understand. So... Okay, apparently I don't have enough power to run the module anyway, so we're dead. It's been an interesting run, but yeah, we can't beat this ship. It has too strong of shields and too strong point defense, and at this moment we're just hitting with a single laser, which it just recharges the shields before we even get a chance, so... We can't do any repairs because we have no resources. So a lot of our crew are just sitting around doing nothing. Oh, you know what? Boredom. My crew will just get killed, but it's better than them just standing around not doing anything. Maybe we can overwhelm the point defenses. Go, go, go! We probably should have clumped up a little bit more, so we didn't lose. I think that was more Connie just died. Student just died in space. Okay, get in there, kill people. Kill that guy. Okay, some of our crew got on board. It's a last-ditch effort. Actually, go kill that guy. Poor crew. We should have done this earlier. I just didn't think about the option. And we're all dead. We're all dead. Now all that's left is our bots. Our bots are just impotently sitting there firing lasers. Our last crew members and the captain have been lost in action. Our ship AI will try to escape any perils and retrain pets as crew, but there's no telling how far they reach. The seeds that our actions have sown will live on, affecting the future of this universe forever. Well, we did at least unlock a ship in the end. We got Fierce Sincerity. Our encounters have created a chain reaction of events, eventually leading to an exclusive access to this ship, the UA ship. So this is our overall summary. We did really well, I think. We just had some rough patches in that last sector. And ultimately, I think we never really kept up with the combat capabilities of our enemy, which hurt us a lot. And I honestly think maybe this is as far as this ship ever could get. With as few modules as you can install, what else can we do? In any case, we did get a good amount of fate points throughout this playthrough. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll have a lot more points to spend than we did in this run. So I think we could definitely build on this, and we have a lot of ships to choose from as well. Considering that was my first run, I think I'm pretty proud of how far we got. With that being said, we are going to be probably wrapping up here, as it's getting close to the time I was going to wrap up anyway. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at, like, first off, we can start at any of the sectors. Oh, dude, we got into Sector 4, right? So we were going from 4 to 5. So we can start at any sector. Let's just say, for sake of argument, we go to Sector 2. Oh, is this the same every time? I just want to see how many fate points it'd give me. Just for sake of argument. 26 fate points plus 32 fate points. So it seems like you get slightly more. Interesting. That's actually not what I expected, but... Versus... just 31. Okay. So we'll get 57 for next time, which is... what? 21 more than we had last time. Pretty good. Now we have a lot of ships to choose from at this point. We had Nuke Runner before, and I chose not to do this one. And this one, I don't know how good it's going to be, and I'm actually curious. But the one thing that really concerns me is the slots. It's the exact same amount, so we'd have the exact same difficulties. You also have less starting crew. So, yeah, I don't really know what to make of this ship. We've got this guy, the Fierce Sincerity. An antique space eel exploration ship obtained from a museum, packed with unconventional technology and crewed by space hippies. Okay. Many of the ship's modules function by eating organics. Extra rations are recommended. Starts with shroomery, or shumery. Alright. So, kind of in the middle, accuracy. Deflection is about the same as our previous ship. Very bad evasion, though, comparatively speaking. Only 3 weapon slots versus the 4 of the other 2 ships. Same number of nuke slots, but a lot more other slots. So we've got 22 slots, which is nice. We get 10 starting crew, more hit points than the other 2 ships, and a little bit more survivability. Okay. There's also going to be special ship equipment, which I haven't really looked at any of the other ships to see what they are, like the nuke ship. Maybe you get more nukes. I don't know. The Rogue Rat, an old Rat Empire vessel originally built to escort merchant convoys. The ship and all its modules have increased fire resistance, but it may run out of ammo due to its heavy Gatling cannons. Standard loadout includes extra explosives, incendiary nukes, and a laboratory for analyzing remains of defeated enemies. So this looks like it has the best accuracy I've seen so far, unless the Nuke Runner... Oh, the Nuke Runner had better accuracy. Okay. Pretty good deflection. Again, the Nuke Runner is better in that regard. Evasion is eh. Starting crew 9, hull points 34, survivability 3, 19 slots, 4 nuke slots, which is the highest we've seen so far, and 4 weapon slots. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the nuke slots are filled, though. Which means that you have 4 on tap. We have the Pumpkin Hammer. This giant trade vessel has been operated by a family of food traders for generations. Though armed with mining lasers and ancient rockets, its gardens can generate a lot of organics by using excess energy for the ship's movement, or of the ship's movement. Minimal energy shielding is somewhat mitigated by the robust structure of the ship. So accuracy is okay, deflection's pretty good. Evasion really poor. A lot of slots, but not very many weapon slots. Now you can upgrade slots to make them weapon slots, so that's not the end of the world, but only 1 nuke slot. I don't know if you can make one of these, so this would be a very limiting factor. 9 crew members, 36 hull points, and 4 survivability. And then finally, at least I think finally, finally of what we've gotten so far, we have the Atlas. This vessel was designed to be a mobile research base for dangerous frontiers. Optional module package offers dedicated sustainability equipment, including a fuel synthesizer. Ooh! Comes equipped with external fuel tank, usable as nuke. Okay then. So we got 4 weapon slots, 2 nuke slots, 23 other slots. Accuracy pretty good, deflection alright. Evasion kind of poor. Starting crew of 9. 37 hull points, which may be the most we've seen so far, and 4 survivability. Very interesting. Now, there's still other ships to get. We have the Blue Star. Was it Blue Star? Yeah, Blue Star, Warp Shell, the Endurance, which is like 3 more. I'm not going to read them because I want to kind of leave it a little bit. I mean, if you really want to watch the VOD and pause it right as I go through, you can read the description for yourself as well. But I honestly don't know what to run here. Like, the Nuke Runner sounds kind of interesting, but we have that same problem of just not having very many slots. In a lot of ways, it will possibly be better than the ship we ran before, because it has a lot of the same attributes as the ship we had before, just slightly better. You've got better accuracy, you got better deflection, you've got about the same evasion. Downside is you don't have as much crew to start with, but you could always buy some crew with your fate points. So we could overcome that one deficiency fairly easily. The only problem that I see with this one is I'm not sure if we have a very good indicator of what our loadout's going to be. So there's going to be some guesswork here. So the ship has good armor and superb evasion, that much we know. Plus increased fire resistance. Optional loadout includes an impressive selection of nukes. Okay. The small hull offers... Yeah, so we have no idea what this comes with. With this ship, we at least understood that it came with lasers. This one, I have no idea. So, I might just do it for the sake of curiosity. Now, we might get a hint here. With the ship upgrades. So let's just take a real quick look at that. So sniper cannon upgrade. So we're gonna have a sniper cannon, at least one. Adds a third barrel to the onboard sniper cannon for improved damage and AoE. Okay. Apparently we also have a laser. Combat laser upgrade. Improves the onboard laser weapons for increased damage and AoE. The upgrade laser also needs more power. Okay. And then a Gatling. So it looks like we have a fairly... what is the word I'm looking for? Diverse weapon setup, as opposed to our previous ship, which really just had lasers and then one missile weapon. This looks like it has a few different weapon types. So the nuke arsenal was one of the things they talked about. So we can get 5 capital missiles, a selection of capital missiles, also known as nukes. Just fill in the very ethical use only declaration to receive. Okay. Then we have kind of some of our standard stuff. So upgrading, power generation, shields, sensors. Apparently we can get an oil cake converter. Ooh. Okay. So you got a couple specific things here for security drones and stuff. So it seems like we've got, with our crew loadout here, a lot of I have to read this description because we probably won't get it again. A neo-Taoist meditates and has a lot of sex. Good at martial arts. So our crew seemingly more oriented towards being fighty-fighty. So if we get a lot of these like these combat drones, maybe boarding actions is more of a thing for this particular ship. At least that's a way we could build it. Fairly expensive to do that though, because 5, 7, 10. That's a lot of points for that, but it's a strategy we could use because we already have one of these guys. Looks like we get another cat with brain implants and thumbs. All right, I might run this ship. We'll debate over that next time we play, but interesting. All right, well, in any case, we're gonna wrap up here.